Hello and welcome YouTube. Let's talk American Crime Story. For all of you guys wondering what American Crime Story is, it's a TV show from FX, a new one that just came out. It depicts the trials of O.J. Simpson and who and why he did what he did. This year's show shows a lot of astounding events. This focuses more on who was the attorney, how did they win, assembled the dream team, and you know, your favorite, how O.J. got acquitted from everything. Let's get this topic started with my review of American Crime Story, The People vs. O.J. Simpson, Episode 3, The Dream Team. Now, it first starts off with Robert Kardashian with his family. You got Rob, you got Kim, you got Courtney, and you got Cole. They're all going up and they're going to go eat. Now, there's a giant line. It's Father's Day. This is before they were famous. So they go to the front receptionist and ask if it's going to take a while. Astonishingly, the receptionist is really starstruck. And she's talking with a friend about how this guy, Robert Kardashian, the guy from the news, you know, the guy they seen with OJ, they completely disregard the whole line and just take them straight to a table where they're gonna go and sit down and eat. But while everybody there is having fun, Courtney and Kim start talking about fame and how they want to be famous when they grow up. And here we have Robert Kardashian having a good scene, a cute scene, telling them that fame isn't everything and that heart's desire. This is pretty funny because in fact we know that's their whole family's motto right now. Fame is everything. In the next scene, we have a young Kato jogging down with his buddy. He's talking about how this newfound fame he got because he was there when OJ got arrested, how it's hurting him and how it's helping him. Because he's getting calls from producers, he's getting calls from acting, he's getting calls from everywhere, he's getting money. He's getting paid, man. While he's jogging, we see a group of girls coming down the street and they flash. They flash him and start yelling. Here he's telling him, his buddy, how he's reacting to this and how it's good to be famous, but not before a couple of guys run right past him, spit on the way, and tell him, hey man, you deserve to go to hell because you're a monster too. He then tells his buddy that fame is very confusing. He doesn't know how to deal with it. The next major scene we have is that the prosecution is all in the room. Here we have the main attorney John Travolta, hiring a newfound guy who was criticizing OJ earlier in the show. He told him, hey man, you're working for us. That's how he shut him up. And what's more is that the guy brought a newfound dude, forensic evidence guy who works specialty on DNA, who then told Robert that they could throw out the evidence completely by making sure that the courtroom believes that the evidence has been tampered with. This becomes a major standing point in the show because this sets up the strategy guide for John and the rest of the team for the case, because they're trying to prove that a prejudiced cause tampered with the evidence and allowed this to happen, that they framed O.J. Simpson. On the other hand, you have Marsha being sure that her case is solid proof and that there's no way in hell that she's going to lose this case because there's too much evidence in her hand and she has too many witnesses. Everything links to O.J. Simpson. While on the other hand, you have Christopher Darden, a young black attorney who then tells her that there's a lot of people he knows, a lot of people from color, minorities, a lot of people that he knows that believe O.J.'s innocence and believes that he was framed by the cops because he was a high-end black guy going up to the top. Pretty much after that, we have a lot of scenes where nothing pretty much happens besides the fact that Marsha's losing a lot of evidence and she's losing a lot of people as witnesses. This is because a lot of people want to get paid, so they go and they do interviews for money, and this hurts their credibility, so Marsha just throws them out, telling them that they need a set of foolproof. Another major event that happened in the show is that Robert Shapiro gets a young journalist who came over unexpected, and he talks to him about the case and he tells him about his theory about the prejudiced cop who framed O.J. Simpson. This then hurts Marsha's credibility. After the unsightly attack on Marsha, she then talks to her team and tells them that this case is no longer foolproof and that she needs to stop looking at it as if it is, and she needs to fight it as if there's a chance that they could win and they could do it. Now, I could keep talking to you guys about this for days because the show has so many details and so many things that are going on with it that you could just basically just sit there for hours while I explain to you every single thing that happened. So, starting with my review, I'll tell you guys right now, this is a highly regarded show and you guys have to watch it if you haven't done so yet because this show is amazing. Before I get into it, I'll tell you right now that I'm going to rate this between 1 to 25 because I think 1 to 10 is too little and too late for a lot of different shows. Now, by getting to the point, I'll just say this right now, that this episode was really great. It wasn't as good as the last episode, and if you haven't seen the last episode, just go watch the whole series, guys. I can't help it enough. It was funny in a lot of different ways. It's not the humor that you're usually used to. You're not going to get forward jokes and people talking to you and telling you this and that. You're not going to get stand-up comedian jokes. But what you are going to have is you're going to have past jokes in their timeline, and it's going to make a lot of sense to you because it's so hilarious how things actually turned out. Now, getting to the point, we all know here that OJ does win and he does get acquitted for everything, but that show is not about how the show falls more about how he got acquitted and what evidence took place, because not a lot of people know about that part of the story. Not what we do know is I do want to point out that Johnny Carson is the MVP of this show. He's a big influential person on the culture, and that's why a lot of people follow him. And them picking him up as the last member of the Dream Team makes everything so great. As the final scene is Marsha looking at him and being, "God damn it, Johnny Carson." This episode was a little bit slow paced, and that's why I'm saying it's a 28 out of 25. While it does have room for improvement, this episode was great and was phenomenal in its own stance. With that, I'd like to tell you guys, thank you for watching my video. Leave a like, rate, and comment down below, and I'll just tell you guys this in the end. Thank you. With this, I'd like to tell you guys, thank you for watching my video. Leave a like and comment down below, and tell me whether you think this series is going to be highly regarded as one of the best of this year, and just tell me how I'm doing with my review. So again, thank you for watching, and goodbye.